for us to do a couple minutes of talking simulator about Desert Bus.
Ooh, yeah, totally.
Should I get that performance mic?
Yeah,
Let's.
do it.
Are we going to play this straight, or are we going to send it up?
You just roll out.
I mean, are we
This is
ever
a-
actually playing it straight?
This is a really good parody. Like, so because like at the beginning of the game, they there's a brief video describing it as like this new wave of like, what is it, verisimilitude simulators or something?
Yeah, like
Verisimulator.
Verisimulator, yes.
Because there was either at the time or they just had the idea that, you know, people wanted like more realism in games. You know, just they wanted to be super realistic. So it's like, what if you were to take that to its logical extreme, and you made something as interminably boring as Desert Bus?
Yeah.
And everything about this game, like, actually is designed really, really well to make it as boring and empty and grinding as possible.
Let's move you over just a
All
little
right.
more.
You know what?
On camera.
Let's do this. Buckle up.
Yeah.
One recalls Jameson's essay on postmodernism and the consumer society, in which he describes the map being the territory at a certain level of resolution. So you can really imagine a situation in which the designers wanted to create the most accurate simulation possible of doing this. And we're not there yet, because frankly, I mean, like, you would need different controls for this. You've got like this kind of clunky interface. There's no ability to look around at all. Your ability to manage the bus is actually quite limited. And eventually, this game would actually just become you accepting a job driving a coach bus from... Where is this from? Somewhere to Las Vegas?
Tucson, Arizona to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Right. And I mean, I think it's actually quite interesting that they chose Las Vegas as the endpoint, because we think of Las Vegas as being like this kind of... it gets billed as adult Disneyland, right? Where you go and, like, gamble and drink a lot, and, you know, it's... You do all the things that you're not really supposed to do in Las Vegas, and it's supposed to be very exciting and gratifying, but this is our experience of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's also useful because we can look at... Vegas has been described as being kind of like a mirror for the rest of the United States, and really the world, where you have things like miniature pyramids of Giza, and you've got a Sphinx, and
or
you've
like
got
the hotel that's in the shape of the New York skyline, but like all of it.
Yeah, exactly. And so you've got all these monuments that are stolen from the rest of the world and recreated here, but removed from their context, just like we are removed here. And the other half of the buildings in Las Vegas are generally like, they have mirror fronts, which is, you know, a design attempt to reflect hot desert sun back outwards, right, and save on basically air conditioning. So it's a place that not only symbolically reflects the rest of the world, but does so literally.
To speak briefly about the bus itself and the actual experience of driving it, somebody mentioned the bug splat. I think that's genius, actually, because if you drove the bus and nothing happened, you know, that's bad. But the fact that this one unbelievably trivial thing happens exactly once per journey, like 4 hours into the trip, and that's the only thing that happens.
Yep.
You know, not counting like the 2 bus stops along the way. And it's just like this empty expanse. The tour bus is empty. There are no people. And you just have all these little, like, bland details, like the eternally spinning air freshener, and like the odometer going up, and like the time going up, and just stuff. And it's just like it's actually, honestly, a really well crafted boredom simulator.
That there's just enough like stimulation to make you aware of how slowly time is passing.
Yeah, like, and exactly that, and it goes towards their objective, which was to, you know, make a parody of the idea of making a realistic video game, which in a lot of situations would be awful to play.
Yeah, absolutely excruciating. Like, I remember the the ultimate simulator for many years was Microsoft Flight Sim,
Oh yeah.
where when I was just a kid, one of my friends had like, you know, a fairly decent gaming computer, which was really just like a 286, and his dad had built it to play MS Flight Sim, which he used to fly a 737 from New York to London and back again. And it took hours, and he would take off and set it to cruise and then walk away and go to work. And when he came back, he would land the plane.
See, it's really interesting. Is like even then you find people kind of hunting for these weird game experiences that are very far away from what you traditionally associate with a video game. Because you know, I used to be of the opinion that a video game had to be fun in order for it to be to be a worthwhile, legitimate experience. But I don't think that anymore. Because it's like, if you think of it, it's like, does a movie have to entertain you?
Well, yeah,
Does a song have to make you happy?
Like, I can think of even movies that I really enjoy and are quite popular. Like, a movie like Aliens.
Yeah.
Right? Which is totally awesome.
Oh, it's
but I
super
don't know
sweet.
if I actually enjoy watching it because it just kind of, you know, it's brown trousers time for about the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's actually enjoyable or not.
Well, I mean, I actually think that like video games and I guess any media, to succeed, it has to create an experience of some sort. And where it's really exciting in video games right now is that we're moving beyond the simply entertaining, kind of superficial engagement that they, you know, their history is based on, and we're moving towards other things.
Yeah, well,
and other experiences.
That's actually kind of odd when you think about it, that you can make sometimes quite a bit of money, or at least a living, or some kind of return, on making something that isn't actually fun.
Yeah.
And people will seek it out to do it, right? Like, yeah, we're odd animals.
Yeah, we're pretty weird. It's like, why did I play so much My Summer Car? The game isn't fun.
Right.
I just want to stress that it's absorbing and kind of addictive and really, really interesting, but there's very few moments in it where I'm just like, woo, spring break. It's really nerve-wracking, and there's stress involved and tedium and stuff, but I can't, I have 72 hours logged in it.
Right.
Because I couldn't put it down.
Well,
Final
like,
thoughts?
So, anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the games that really grab me are the ones that are kind of insidiously addictive. Like, I've logged so many hours in Civ 6 because, frankly, hitting the next turn button is probably very similar to those experiments where rats...
Skinner box.
Skinner box, where they will, if you rig up a lever to give a rat a food pellet every time it hits it, it will hit it when it's hungry. And if it does nothing, it will do it once and then be like, oh, okay. But if it does it randomly, the rat will just sit there hitting the lever. And that's what the next turn is in Civ 6. And this offers me none of that, but I'm here for 12 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Weird, right?
Yeah. Quite happily.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And I mean the people who donated for that too. Really
How
enjoyed it.
long were we able to do that?
I think about 9 minutes.
That's not bad. That's almost undergrad seminar length.
Yeah.
Okay, almost made it.